Welcome to Lufthansa. A wonderful good evening to you. Our destination tonight is called Explore the New. 100 years of the crane, 100 years of history and trust embodied in this bird. We just saw it, legendary Anti-U, the super constellation. Both of them can be admired at the Visitors Park at Munich Airport, all the way to the A380, the crane. Clearly, it is a symbol embodying Lufthansa's values. It is about your DNA, your identity, and this identity has evolved over decades. It is true to say. You have a reason to be proud today. Lufthansa was chosen as the first and only European airline to receive 5 stars. That's something very special, 5 stars. That stands for the very best planes. It stands for the best digital entertainment program. But first and foremost, it also means top quality and top service. And that's represented by you, every single one of you who's sitting here this evening. It's your 5 stars, because you're the ones who guarantee that this 5-star quality is happening. It's turning Lufthansa to 5-star Hansa. Please applaud.
Der Himmel hat jetzt 5 Sterne mehr.
Now there are 5 more stars shining in the sky. And stars also represent dreams. Let me take you on a journey that lets dreams come true, and this journey starts in Frankfurt at the airport. Let's jet over to New York just quickly. It's early afternoon there, and I'm sure there are a number of Lufthansa staff live with us in New York, in the Big Apple. Let's go live to South America, to the rainforest in Rio de Janeiro, in South America. I'm sure we'll have some of our colleagues following us via the live stream, same as in Tokyo, even though it's the middle of the night there, just 2:30 a.m., so 10 more hours until the LH715 will leave Tokyo, Haneda, in the direction of Munich. Actually, I have to say, I envy everyone who's in South Beach, Miami, 24 degrees. They're following us live while they're sitting in the sun. Goes to show there are no limits when it comes to Lufthansa. Here we have a fantastic underwater world, the one that you find at the Florida Keys. There are so many destinations, so many possibilities, and no matter where you may be right now, at the beach, in bed, in the air, on the ground, following us, this applause is for you, and it comes from Frankfurt. And at this point, we're very happy to also welcome all of our colleagues who have joined us live in Munich at the airport. Good evening, Munich. Hello, Christian.
Wow, Markus, schöne Grüße hier aus München.
Greetings from Munich. It's unbelievable what's going on here. I'm looking into hundreds of thrilled faces. They're all really excited to see what's going on, what's going to happen. And I think you were able to tell that we're really in a good mood here. Let's have another round of sound. And greetings from Munich to Frankfurt. Yes, we're happy to do the same. I just learned something. You have to raise your arms to increase the volume, apparently. So, not only are we present in Munich at the airport, in Frankfurt at the airport, live, but we're following this everywhere in the world. Everywhere in the world, Lufthansa people can follow us, can be with us. We have a lot of short impressions. Use the hashtag Explore the New. Over the last days and weeks, there were a lot of impressions that we're able to gather. Good evening, good morning, good day, wherever you may be following us right now. 130,000 employees in the air, on the ground, work for Lufthansa Group. They're the ones who see to it, who guarantee that the 5-star airline does justice to its name. At this point, let's switch live to the cockpit of an A321, where Sascha untern Bahnscheid should be able to hear me. I was just told, no, it's not going to work. Well, there you go, that's live for you. At this point, let's say a round of applause. Let's send it up in the air, because this is the first A321 traveling with a new livery, so on its way to Frankfurt just now. And just for our colleagues, we actually talked about this beforehand. The security people also came up with something special. It will report in under LH New 1. That's the A321, the one that's up in the air as we speak. And I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to see another big bird up close in the new livery. So, at this point, all of us together can take a step into the future. And normally, when I start the show, I always say, switch off your cell phones. At this point, let me tell you, pull out your cell phones. Please, switch them on. I do hope that you've all logged on. Explore the New is the Wi-Fi, no password needed. And if you haven't logged on yet, you can still do so now. Because we want to lift off together this evening. And that's only possible if every single one of you this evening actually helps us with this. We're about to take to the air together to explore new horizons. So, together, let's start this plane. There, it takes a bit more than that. We were just at 250. That's not quite enough to really power up. We'll need Munich to help out here. They can hear us. Munich, can I hear you? Seems that that's working. There it is. There's the applause coming from Munich. And together, we want to start a jet. And that's where I'm told they're still de-icing. However, things are about to start. I think we'll take that moment to just make a short announcement from the cabin. Boarding has been completed ages ago, of course. In case of pressure losses, you know what it's like. So, either which way, in just a moment, we're going to make a jet start together. And we're going to watch a video. You're an excellent team, and you're facing a great future. That's also part of Explore the New. That's the things that we're going to discuss tonight. New paths forward, new horizons, a new mindset. That's what it's all about, and every single one of you makes a difference. Let's welcome the chairman of the executive board of Lufthansa, Carsten Spohr. Well, dear colleagues, let me tell you, being up here is truly impressive. It's easy to see. Lufthansa is celebrating. That was the plan for tonight, and that's what it looks like here. So it's fair to say I'm happy to have so many of you here, so many colleagues, so many Lufthansa fans. And of course, I'd also very much like to welcome the select group of customers whom we have invited to join us here, because after all, somebody's got to pay for all this. And of course, I'd like to particularly welcome everyone out there in the world, the whole Lufthansa world. We have colleagues from all over the globe following us, watching us. Hello and welcome to Munich also. A special welcome, and I look forward to joining you later this evening at the simultaneous party that's taking place there. My dear colleagues, we're here to party, to celebrate, it's obvious. And it's not just anything that we're celebrating. First of all, we're celebrating the 100th anniversary of our crane, of our brand's trademark. Plus, we're here to celebrate our staff, our employees, the people who, in this industry, are the best in the world. We're here to celebrate you because we want to thank you, and we don't just want to thank everyone who's here today, 2,300 here, more than 1,000 in Munich, but we also want to thank everyone who's not been able to join us here today because they keep the company up in the air and for that reason can't be here. So it's about a big thank you to all of you. And there's a third reason why we're celebrating. Last but not least, we're celebrating the first aircraft in the new livery. So welcome to all of you. Welcome to a party that we can probably only celebrate every 100 years. It was 100 years ago, in 1918, that Otto Firle, a graphic designer and architect, and by the way, a former pilot, that's inside information, developed our crane. And his crane first adorned our predecessor companies, Deutsche Luftreederei, and then later on, Deutsche Aeroloid, that's what the airline was transformed into. And with the merger with Junkers Luftverkehr, there were two colors, blue and yellow, plus the crane, and that then developed into a new company, Deutsche Lufthansa. That was in 1926. And ever since that day, Otto Firle's crane has stood for our identity and for where we come from. Until today, it has remained our unmistakable trademark. Ever since, the world has undergone fundamental changes. Technology has taken quantum leaps forward. Progressive globalization, something of which we greatly benefit as an airline, and rapid digitalization have fundamentally changed our society and the world in which we work. The crane, however, lives on. It has always been part of societal, of technological and economical development that Lufthansa has helped shape from the very beginning. At all times, we were pioneers. People at Lufthansa have always been explorers. We crossed boundaries, and early on, when our industry was yet young, we set standards. As early as in the year of the foundation of Lufthansa, our forefathers sent 2 Junkers aircraft to East Asia. Our pilots spent 5 weeks to cover a distance of 10,000 kilometers until they arrived in Beijing in August of 1926. These days, we make that trip every single day with 4 airlines in 9 hours. And we always embarked on new paths. In our industry, we always were trailblazers and drivers and creators of developments, and that still is true today when it comes to introducing new aircraft, but also when it comes to digitalization. Not only was the crane present throughout all of this, no, through that time, the crane became the most famous trademark in our entire global industry. The crane stands for a clear value proposition on the part of Lufthansa. Until today, it remains a symbol for utmost quality, for excellent service, for aviation and technical expertise, for reliability, and for a zest for innovation. And what's most important, the crane stands for trust. And it is especially in these turbulent times that many people look to companies for guidance. They choose brands whom they trust. Lufthansa is just one such brand. And actually this was confirmed just 2 weeks ago when we were elected by far the most trustworthy brand in Germany. And every single year since 1926, we've brought more and more people together globally. And I think all of us are proud of the fact that in doing so, we contribute to cultural exchange and to international understanding when it comes down to it. Indeed, we are drivers of globalization, and I believe we all can be proud of us being the ones who take this abstract concept of globalization and make that tangible. We make it human. We breathe life into it. And I think I can speak on behalf of all of you when I say this is part of what drives us at Lufthansa. This is what fills our jobs with life and what allows us to be proud of what we do. And tomorrow you'll read it in all the papers. These days we say yes to the world. Quite modest. That's just the slogan that we came up with. My dear colleagues, guests, at Lufthansa, a lot has happened in recent years. We have gone through difficult years of modernization. And during this time, we have asked a lot, not only of our customers and shareholders, but also of you, everyone who works for us. The last few years, in fact, were a strenuous effort for all of us. However, it was worthwhile. Our course of modernization is showing a sustainable impact. For the third time in a row, last year we had record results, and I can tell you at this point, by far the best result in the history of our company. And what's important to note, we're a family of 130,000 people. It's important to say that every single company in this group has contributed to this success. 130 million passengers have chosen to fly with us in the past year. That's more than ever before. And what's maybe even more important, more than Ryanair, finally. And pretty much exactly half of this number of passengers traveling with Lufthansa and our companies flew with the Crane, our core brand. And what I'm particularly happy about is the following. The Crane, Lufthansa, our core brand, has returned to top form and once again is capable of doing what it's always been meant to do, providing guidance and strength to the entire growing group. That's what a brand core is all about. It's our identity, after all. And it's been mentioned before, everybody knows it. In December, in Europe, we became the only 5-star airline. I have a feeling it will stay that way for quite some time to come. And I think our colleagues, especially the people who work in the cabin, on the ground, in the cockpit, very much longed for this because it is an acknowledgement of our modernization course. And that's what it's about. It's recognition and appreciation of the very people who make this premium service possible every single day. It's about you. It's a special recognition, appreciation of you. Those are your 5 stars. After all, with the exception of the Crane, you're our ambassadors. You're our face to the world. You're the heart of our brand, which makes you the heart of our company. And I'm not just saying this here today in my speech. I've said it elsewhere because I like to repeat it in good times and in bad. You are the most valuable asset of this company. And it is for this reason and the second occasion for this celebration that my colleagues on the executive board and I would like to take the opportunity today to say thank you from all of us for a great 2017. Thanks for everything you've done. Thanks for your commitment. And thank you for your willingness to help support our efforts at modernization, even with a critical eye. Together, we managed to create new premium standards. New premium, however, is also something that has to be filled with life every single day. We have to wow each and every customer personally every single day. It's not just one person in Asia or at the Gulf that can do that. It's you who do it every single day. And that's no small feat. We're aware of that. And that is why we're all the happier to be able to express our gratitude to you, because the success is there to prove us right. It is thanks to you that in the past year, in addition to the 5 stars, 20 million passengers elected Lufthansa as the best European airline. And this honor, in combination with the 5th star, should be a great incentive for us. And I know what you're like. I know to you too it will be an incentive to be even better in the future. And everyone who knows me knows that I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart. I very much trust that with you as a team we can make it happen. We appreciate you, and I hope that as the executive board we have expressed this more than just now as this part of the celebration. We also want to express our gratitude in a visible way. And that's why, on the occasion of the 100th anniversary of our crane, we want to give a gift to you, a present to you everywhere in the world. And in these few last hours, we sent hundreds of thousands of emails out to people via our servers. We have a small collection of a number of different items, a sports bag, a briefcase, Bluetooth, headsets, featuring the new Lufthansa design. And we do hope that there will be something for everyone there. So everywhere in the world, hopefully these emails are being received and everyone can order something. And if you don't find something that you like, let me show you my personal favorite. Starting in early summer, we'll be able to offer this one to you.
The Lufthansa Special Edition.
The Lufthansa Special Edition. Our head of marketing was incredibly tolerant. He said we can wear either blue or white shoelaces. I will talk about yellow in just a moment. And starting in early summer in the shop that you trust, that's where you can get it. Ladies and gentlemen, this takes me to the third part. Colleagues, guests, it is true, Lufthansa has changed. We're more successful than we've ever been. At the same time, we're more modern than we've ever been. And starting today, we want this also to be visible on the outside. The crane and our appearance had remained unchanged pretty much since for 30 years, since 1989. So what would have been a better point in time than the 100th anniversary of our crane to give this trademark a refresher? And of course, we're all here today to be able to look at our new Jumbo 747-8 in the new livery. And it's not just about our aircraft. Our overall appearance is becoming more modern and will better embody our premium claim. At the same time, it will also better meet the requirements that go hand in hand with digitalization. 30 years ago, it didn't make a difference, but these days, technology needs to allow us to feature the crane just as nicely on a 40-meter tail fin as on a 3-centimeter smartwatch. And that takes me to the question that has moved the nation since last week. Will we keep the yellow? And at this point, I'm happy to be here and to tell you, not only are we going to keep the yellow, in the future we'll use it in a more targeted and conscious fashion. Now, in the executive board, together we have more than 100 years of Lufthansa experience, more than the crane itself, and we are aware that this yellow is causing quite a stir with some people. That's not a coincidence. Yellow is a highly emotional color after all, and it is for this very reason that we want to use yellow in the future wherever we interact with our customers, where it's all about dialogue, where it's about emotions. Starting with the outfits of our flight attendants, through signage at the airports, but this will also apply to digital touchpoints that engage our customers increasingly. And in this connection, actually, let me tell you, I was very happy to receive an email by someone who had spent many years working for Lufthansa design guru Otto Eicher. He's no longer with us, but the person who worked for him said that he's congratulating us on our new appearance. He applauded our design team, and he wrote that he was sure that Otto Eicher himself certainly would have approved this reduced and more developed design as a continuation of his ideas. So much praise from a qualified source. What can I possibly add? Mr. Schlaubitz, our head of marketing, this was a round of applause for your team, I'd say. And I think it is fair to say, if you're Mr. Schlaubitz or someone else, and you have been ahead by a few weeks when it comes to the new design, I'm part of that group, it won't take very long, and soon you will feel that the old design was fairly old-fashioned. So you've got something to look forward to, unless you make the experience today spontaneously. That would be even nicer. Now, I've said it elsewhere. My colleagues, the refreshed brand appearance, brand design, basically is the dot on the I of Lufthansa's modernization in recent years. But all of you would be disappointed if I didn't tell you today that, of course, this course of modernization will still continue. At the same time, everyone young, with the company for a longer time, former, we have Jürgen Weber with us. No matter how much or how long our personal tradition at Lufthansa may be, we all remain committed to the tradition of Lufthansa and the crane. It is both tradition and innovation that have to be filled with life, that we have to experience, that we have to allow our customers to experience. This is our expectation that we direct at ourselves. That's what the crane also stands for. And it is also to this end that every single day 100,000 people work and strive globally to achieve this. That's also why we're here today. That's why we're here to celebrate. Now, I hope that we'll experience many, many inspired moments. I hope that this will be an evening that we'll long think back to and stay true to the crane. Thank you.
We believe humans are born explorers. From day one, our eyes begin to wander. Step by step, we get to know the world. Curiosity grows up along with us. Curiosity about the foreign, the new. We want to explore boundaries, our own and the world's. Hungry for life, thirsty for knowledge. Going further and further. And with every new journey, we experience more of who we are. Lufthansa helps people achieve their personal goals in an ever-changing world, whether climbing the corporate ladder or enjoying a perfect sunset. As a trusted ally, we are dedicated to getting you there in style and with grace, and bringing you home safely. There is nothing more thrilling than being part of a person's most exciting expedition, the journey to your inner self.
Enriching people's lives, that's a wonderful idea, and if you will, that's also Lufthansa's new DNA. Explore the new. That's the hashtag that is spreading throughout social media, social networks these days. And it's the explorer's gene in every single person that's called for at this point. At this point, I look forward to welcome 3 members of the executive board of Lufthansa, Dr. Bettina Volkens, Harry Hohmeister, and Thorsten Dirks. Mr. Hohmeister, hello. Mr. Volkens, come and join me. Hello, Mr. Dirks. Now, we just saw a video that I think shows that there are emotions that are happening. What was your experience? My heart was beating, I have to say. The more we see digitalization and automation, the more important become our people, our great staff, and we can see just how important this is for the future. My heart is racing. Let me ask the 2 gentlemen, can I see your socks first? Oh, never mind. Maybe you'll get them too. Who knows, Mr. Dirks? From the point of view of the CEO of Eurowings, what's your view of the new design, the new crane? Well, I have to say, I think it's excellently done after 30 years of time to have an evolution in the brand identity, to continue to develop the identity that has evolved over 30 years. It's excellent, well done. And Carsten just said it, all of you will get used to it over time, and it will happen more quickly than you think. As far as I'm concerned, it's extremely authentic and emotional at the same time. I think we saw it in the video. I think our brand message will be conveyed much better with this new design. And one idea is a new premium, isn't it, to make this visible to the outside. Has that been done successfully? Yes, that basically is the idea when it comes to this brand identity. Dark blue is something that is very appealing, something very attractive. You have very clear lines in the crane, very elegant, and the gray underbelly of the plane has been eliminated. That is, the overall plane makes a much more striking appearance. And as it was said before, the true premium is out there, the thousands of people who work for us, who deliver excellent service to our customers. Thank you so much for that. Not only does it look cool, it looks elegant. That's premium. You're being celebrated. Let me move over here just quickly, Dr. Volkens. Now, for airplanes to undergo a change in their appearance is one part of things. Carsten Spohr just mentioned it. We have the jumbo right next to us, just behind the screen, 7478. But change also happens on the inside. A new mindset needs to go with this. Is that what's necessary now? Is that what needs to happen? Well, we're very well on our way. And as far as I'm concerned, the new crane is a symbol of what we're doing, to be more flexible, to be more agile, to read the customer's lips in order to figure out what it is they want. And their wants are changing ever faster. We're becoming more modern, more agile, more flexible. That's us. Thank you very much, Dr. Volkens and gentlemen. And a round of applause, please, for the delegation sent from the executive board. So, at this point, let's celebrate here in the hangar where the magic begins. We are about to experience the world premiere of the new campaign.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Warum liebe ich die Welt?
Schwierige Frage.
So kuscheln. Nein, ich jetzt so weit.
Weil sie einfach so wunderschön ist.
Because it has such people in it. I think that's a Shakespeare quote.
If we had to go somewhere together, where would we go?
我想去美国玩。
Buenos Aires per Capodanno. Dai.
Überall.
When you get to travel other places, it allows you to kind of maybe open up your perspective.
我们希望这个世界是一个大家庭。I think it's important for people to realize that we're not alone, and we're all part of something, you know, unique right down to the core. And the world will show you that.
The world premiere of the new campaign. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? Say yes to the world. Being open, exploring new things, that's also true tonight. That's what Carsten Spohr just announced for tonight. We're about to have a party here, a party that everybody hopefully will remember for a long, long time. That's part and parcel of all this. And we're taking this yet another step further together. At this point, we want to see those people who are the most important ones, the staff. Please welcome the crew with a round of applause. Cockpit, cabin, and station, ladies and gentlemen. You can't just slow down with your applause just because there are still people moving up to the stage. Come on, once more. This is a phenomenal picture. The crew. And I just said we'll take it a step further. Well, I'll wait for all of you to take pictures, but at this point we're about to do something that moderators on the stage and crew members working normally do not do. Let me ask all of you to pick up your phone, reach for your phone. Same is true for you in the audience. Please pull out your phone and go to the LH event page, because there's one more. We want to swipe together and swipe into the future. Are you ready, audience ready? Are you people ready? We're about to do it. When I'm at 3, that's when we'll do it. And then we'll see it happen. 3, 2, 1, and swipe now into the future. And a round of applause. Let's enjoy the high point of this evening. Together we're starting into the future. Explore new things together, and the future is now. At this point, we've ended the live stream. The 7478 is in here with us. It's a great moment, one that's impossible to plan for. Just look over to the right. You see the A321. It just landed. It's perfect timing. Now, at this point, I wish you a wonderful evening, a wonderful party in Munich, in Frankfurt, wherever you may be in the world and listening to us. In Frankfurt, certainly we have the biggest party. I'm surely we'll rock this. Enjoy your meal and enjoy the evening.